What's up, everybody? This is kind of rip the band-aid off type of video because I was hoping I didn't have to do it. Freddie'd be signed, and all we'd have to do is wait on the lockout to be over. But now it's just that nagging feeling and the thing that won't go away. And I know Hasnt, since he's been here, he's always had a method to his madness. It, it is driving me mad. It's driving the whole industry mad because we're all confused on why Freddie hasn't been signed yet. Well, I'm here to give you some of my perspective on it. You're going to hear a lot of cliche jargon things because even though we don't like to hear it, it's true. And one, Alexandropoulos hasn't had the best track record with long-term contracts. Marcelo Zuna, 4 years, 65 million last year. You know how that's blowing up in our face right now, and I think that's another factor too because we can't just we. It seems as simple as just cut him, but we would owe him $53 million, and I'm hoping in the new CBA there's a way for teams to get out of contracts, aka Dodgers and Trevor Bauer, us and Marcelo Zuna, because it's not like we signed it knowing that they would have legal troubles, and I don't think it's the team's fault. I think the players should be penalized, not the team. So that's also a big factor. And the only other big contract that Alexandropoulos has signed that didn't have supreme value for his team that he's working for is Russell Martin, 585, and that didn't necessarily work out either. So that is one factor. The other factor is the CBA is expired, so the terms of contracts could be different, where you could get more value or more value for the player or more value for the team. So you need to know what the new languages of each contract are going to be, because we saw with Justin Verlander's contract, there's something since the CBA expired, you can't necessarily do the options the same way now than whatever the new CBA is going to be. So it's important to know the contract language to help save your team money, to help you add or subtract or whatever you need to do to make your team better. The contract language needs to be understood by both player and team, and it needs to work out for both player and team. So that's another reason. So it's a little technical, but as it's been reported, 6,200 doesn't seem too unreasonable. Freddie, age 32, back of the baseball card. The human speaks for itself. He needs to be a Brave for life, no doubt about it. But for the Braves, we as an organization can't absorb a 6-year, $200 mistake as easily as, say, the Yankees or the Dodgers. Counterpoint to that, we really don't have any viable options coming up through our system at first base. I think 3 of the trades that we made involved the first baseman in our magical trade deadline this year. So that's another point to look at. And Freddie's another point, because this is probably his last contract where he deserves the bag, and he's going to get the bag because 2020 MVP and what he did to help us get the World Series title, and just his consistency is unmatched defensively and offensively. Even when he's in bad stretches offensively, he still helps you helps you win ball games no matter what. And I think it's an easy choice to bring back Freddie, but again, if Freddie gets an offer from like the Dodgers or the Yankees of $300 million, I wouldn't blame him one bit to take it. and again, I hope the revenues from our magical World Series championship run will help this, and the new CBA will help it as well. Also, we don't know what's going on with the DH. That's another factor as well. Freddie is 32, has had elbow and elbow COVID and things of that nature that you gotta factor in more so the injuries than COVID, because Freddie's just uh, a robot in that, where he'll do whatever he has to do to be on the field to help you win ball games. So that's also another factor there. So I get uh, why Alex Anthopoulos is kind of balking, given the roster and how it is, and the unknowns with the CBA, as I mentioned. But I think it's you're going the other external options. Matt Olson, great player, but it's going to take a King's ransom and you don't want another Mark Teixeira situation, where it kind of sets you back multiple years if it doesn't work. And Matt Olson's a human, and he'll be playing in the shadow of Freddie Freeman, and that's not fair to put on any athlete to come try to fill those shoes. And we also kicked the tires on Anthony Rizzo. Rizzo's a great player, but he's the same age as Freddie, and I would take Freddie 1,000 times out of 1,000 in terms of both. I just think he's a better overall player, both defensively, offensively. Yes, Anthony Rizzo's amazing, and I'm not saying that, but if you're going the same age, just for a discounted price for your franchise guy, I think that's a little bit of a cop out. And I hope Anthony Rizzo finds a great place because he deserves it. Um, but if you're choosing between Anthony Rizzo or Freddie Freeman, in my mind, it's Freddie Freeman all day, every day. And Freddie Freeman, I'm glad that he's gotten to see his value in the market, because he is uh, unmatched again, like I said. And I think I appreciate the baseball insiders trying to say the Yankees, Dodgers trying to pry away Freddie Freeman from Atlanta. I get that, and all the reports and this, that, and the other. But to steal a line from a friend, the front office leaks from the Braves are less likely than a boat leak. We don't know moves that are happening, and now that we have the lockout, we're not going to know for a while. But again, Alex Anthopoulos is always meticulous, astute, and uses a scout and team to help him put the team in the best place to win, and to win many years down the road. And I think that is Freddie Freeman, especially if the DH comes into play. You've got probably an extra couple of years. But again, I think the language of contracts, and we'll see what we do with Marcell Ozuna. So I think those two factors are more than are bigger parts to Freddie Freeman not signing right now, or hasn't been signed yet, and that's pretty much the idea. From my perspective, I don't know. I just know that I want Freddie Freeman back. He needs to be in a Braves uniform. It would feel weird. I would be gutted. I will shed tears if he ends up somewhere else, but I will be super happy for him, whatever happens, because what he's done for Atlanta is incredible, and I will be forever grateful. But he needs to finish his career here, just like Chipper and Hammer and Hank and all of our Atlanta guys, because he's just Atlanta through and through. And he signed 8 years and 135 through our rebuild, saw it through the rebuild. He deserves as many winning opportunities with Atlanta that he can get, and I hope Alex Anthopoulos and Freddie can work something out that they're both satisfied with, and we can just ride this glorious thing out to hopefully a couple more championships. But Freddie deserves whatever he gets, and there's no doubt in that. His back of his baseball card numbers speak for themselves, but he's a glorious, glorious human being. And Freddie, please don't leave. Atlanta loves you. I love you. We all love you. Braves country loves you. But again, whatever happens, I will still be a Braves fan, and I'm a Freddie fan for life. And Alex Anthopoulos knows what he's doing, so let's just hope this lockout doesn't last forever and we can finally get some resolution and we can all stop thinking about it. But those are my main points, and I don't know if you agree or disagree, but free agency is one of those things, and with a franchise player like Freddie, when it goes long, you kind of get worried about it, but Alex Anthopoulos knows what he's doing, and he's going to put us in the best position to win, whatever that is. Freddie, please come back. As always, go Braves. Champions forever.